Hello and welcome back to another Let's Play Dwarf Fortress. We'll be doing Dwarf Fortress itself this time, not adventure mode, because it's taking down a little bit longer than I expected to release the update. So we're going to go back to just a normal adventure, a normal Dwarf Fortress mode again, and I'll bring you back once I found a nice location to settle down in. Okay, then I've decided on a place. I couldn't find a river without an aquifer on it. So I just chose a place with, we're going to settle in a tropical forest this time. A tropical moist something forest. We're just going to call it a rainforest because it's easier. And that's going to be... Oh, I think I just pressed play now.
We've reached the
okay, so we didn't prepare carefully. This could be a problem. But hopefully not too big. Oh yeah, even the trees look different, and we have some ponds and lakes. Now that means I didn't assign any of the points. So let's bring up Dwarf Therapist here, read the dwarves and see if they got any points actually assigned to them. Just like by random. Yeah, we got one miner, a crossbow maker, carpenter, a woodcutter, mason / stone detail. Yeah, well, they all had jobs assigned to them at least, so it's not too bad of an issue. Now then, where do we want to put our fort? This could make for a nice courtyard here if we hollow it out a bit. So I think this is where we'll start off our fortress. My bad, it's the wrong button. Now then, just so you know, this fort, we could lose it at any time when Dawn decides to release the update, so I won't be naming the dwarves and I won't be getting too attached to the fort, because like I said, this is just until Dawn's new Wasteland mod comes out. That is, unless this fort gets like extremely awesome. But we've all seen the way I build forts, and let's be honest, it's not very likely. Now, and I'm not sure if adventure mode will be continuing at all, because it seemed like most people either didn't like the way I was playing it or just didn't like to watch adventure mode. Now that wouldn't bother me if it was for attracting subscribers, but with the people that are already subscribed to me, I do want to at least give them something they want to watch, instead of just, you know, throwing out stuff because it's easy to make and because it's there. As for Homeworld 2, that's getting pretty close to just being cancelled altogether because it refuses to do as it's told. I just can't get any further in the game. Now then, one thing I will need to do as quickly as possible is to find a water source apart from those things. I mean, I could build a well on there, but honestly I'd rather not. I'm hoping we find some kind of a cave with water in it, once we found some metal to arm a few soldiers at the very least. I'm gonna give mine into someone else and hope that we just happen to have another pickaxe. You'll do. You don't look like you've got any skills. Gem setting, and yeah, you can be miner. Move this mouse out the way here. I'm guessing most people already know that's going to be for farmland right there. And just here we're going to go down a couple of levels. I at least want to get into some stone before I start actually making the fortress, because it makes your dwarves a lot happier if the rooms are made of any kind of stone rather than just dug into the mud where, you know, they get moss and fungus growing out of the floorboards. So I'll probably go down, say, 5 levels or so. And I actually quite like the way the last fortress turned out, like with the design. I did try and save that fortress off screen, but it didn't work out too well. It turned out there was still a goblin in the courtyard and everyone got slaughtered. Because if I'd managed to save it, like I was going to upload it if I'd saved the fortress, but it didn't turn out well, so I didn't bother. It seemed like the fortress already had a decent enough ending. Plus it was only about 5 minutes worth of footage. We hit some stone. Lovely. And one thing that's being considered is me and Exotarius doing the same embark when it comes for the Wasteland mod. I'm not sure if he's mentioned in his videos or not yet. I haven't had a chance to watch all this stuff lately. But it's actually not our idea in the first place. It was, I know Najidal did it, and I think Zeroff or Zeral, I can't remember his name, Zerfal, something along those lines. Anyway, I know quite a few of them got together and did a mirror embark, and it sounded like fun, so we thought maybe we'll give it a go. Right then, this looks like a good enough place to start off the fortress, so I'll designate this out to be this way across. Now then, I'll pause the video here while I do all the designating and bring you back when I'm done, because I'm going to be doing this for a while. Okay then, quick update here. Show you what I've got designated out so far. Is just a bunch of bedrooms, and I'm planning on using that as the dining hall. Now then, to save time, I've designated out quite a lot of bedrooms, but what I'm going to do is cut off the designation here. Oh, wrong button. So that later on I can just put the hallway back on there, and the miners will get straight to it rather than having to designate it all out again. The dining hall is going to be split into 4 sections by them pillars, just because I think it'll look nice. I still haven't cut the corners off them yet, so it looks better. I'm going to do that in a moment. And that's it so far, so I'll bring you back again once I have a bit more done. Okay, I've got the storehouses designated out there, but obviously I've cut off that bit, and I think what I'll do now is also I'll cut off the dining room for now as well. But now I need a place for the workshops, and I think I'll have them just here along this entrance corridor thing. It's little 3x3 rooms for my basic starting workshops. And that way I can get started on furnishing my fortress. I like to think I'm getting a little bit better at Dwarf Fortress now. So hopefully this fort will last until Dion brings the mod out. Okay then, Build, workshop, mason. Okay, that's Genesis or whatever it is. We seem to have quite a bit of that. At least it seems that not preparing carefully gives you the basic dwarves. Anyone else, I can just use Dwarf Therapist to get them. Okay then, so let's Mason's Workshop, add, construct door, repeat, and what else do we want from the mason here? I want one set of blocks for a well, and after that we'll have him making chairs and tables, and we'll put those on repeat as well. And that's just about everything I want that guy making, like permanently. As for the carpenter, I want him making beds, cabinets, and what else can we actually have him make here? Barrels and bins. And we'll put all those on repeat. Now I shouldn't have to worry about those two workshops. Of course I will need some pretty big storage in a bit. For now all I have is 3 10 by 10 storage rooms, which aren't actually properly designated yet because I cut off the corridor so they wouldn't interfere with the miners. Too many jobs and they do all the jobs halfway instead of doing any of them properly, so seemed like the best solution. And I think what I'll do is pause the video here until something's happening, so you're not just watching the miners shuffle about the map, and I'll bring you back again in a little while. Another quick update here while I put some of the bedroom stuff down that should have been built by now, which is we finished the first 10 or so bedrooms, so I decided to get a start on the dining room there. Oh, not bed, door. Seems that even with more stuff to do, the mason is working faster than the carpenter, but then again his resources are right next to him. The carpenter has to travel up a few flights of stairs first. We found plenty of gems lying around, so I might use those at some point. We still haven't touched the storage rooms yet. As for up here, I had a look, we have 2 dogs, 2 cats, a horse and a camel. Not perfect. I would have wanted some bigger animals for breeding. I put the cats and dogs up for adoption so anyone in the fortress can adopt them if they feel like it. And I set someone away constantly making rock crafts again. I am glad to be back on Dwarf Fortress. I did miss it. I'm not as big a fan of adventure mode as I am of Dwarf Fortress. For me, this is just a better game. Didn't actually check what kind of stone this is. Oh, that's like kinesis stuff, yeah. I'm not sure how you say that. It might be completely different to the way I'm saying it, but who cares? That's the way I'm going to say it anyway, because I'm a rebel and I do things like that. I should hope he's become a carpenter. He's been making beds for quite a while. I've got him making beds, barrels, bins and cabinets. Oh wait, I think it's actually the carpenter who's got more to do than the... Yes it is, so we'll add another task to this guy. What else could we need though? I don't want to just add something for the sake of having it, I want something useful. Coffins, why not? Everyone knows we're going to need them, so we'll just have a stockpile of them. In this one I think I want to be ready for the inevitability of when a huge amount of dwarves die. And I'll need a big tomb. Right, well, I'll bring you back in a little while again. Okay, we just finished the dining room there. So I'm going to set away these storage places, and we just got our first wave of migrants. Now then, let's have a look. See how many we got. We got 6. Well, another woodcutter could be useful. We'll take it off him. We've probably only got the 2 axes, so I'd rather have the better guy doing that. And what else? Well, we'll find other jobs for them when we come to it, but I do want a mechanic. There we go. So let's find where our fort is in relation to where these guys just turned up from. Ah, here we go. A few levels down, but we're here. So build workshop. Now what was mechanic again? T. I'm not sure how it's T, but it is. And looks like we have a couple of dogs, a couple of bunnies. I did see a bunny in there somewhere running around. Now then, I need a farmer, because I do have a farm, kind of. I'm going to want 3 plots because I'm not sure exactly what seeds I have. One's obviously going to be for just plump helmets, and the other 2 will have different things spread across the different seasons. There we go, hopefully we have a farmer. Get a refuse stockpile up here because we've killed quite a few rats. Or it looks like the cats have killed quite a few of the little rats and cockroaches and whatever else it is that they chase while they're up here. And that'll do for now, just a little refuse pile. Just have that guy repeatedly making mechanisms. I don't see why that could be a problem. Now then. Next we are going to have to dig out the rest of those bedrooms. Seems like the carpenter is a much slower than the mason, and I'm not sure why, apart from the fact that like, his stuff's down here and the carpenter's got to go up a few floors. I mean, I don't see that really affecting it as much as it does. So maybe the mason just goes quicker than the carpenter? I'm not actually sure how that works yet. Now we officially have a dining room. I'm gonna have to go up and set a pasture up for the camel and a pasture for the horse. See, N. Nope. Is it I for zones? Yes. And then N for pasture. Well, this'll do. That one will be for the horse. And then we'll put one of equal size-ish there for the camel. Hopefully we find another one of each of those animals, or at least one of those animals. I would like something that I can breed. It looks like these farm plots have been built. Let's see, plump helmets. Plump helmets. Plump helmets. Plump helmets. There we go. Now then. I'm not even sure what other seeds we have. We'll have to wait until I've got a profile manager or whoever it is who counts all that stuff up before we can decide what goes in the other farms. Now then, let's see if I can zone out a water source here and see how it looks. There. Yes, so we have a water source. And with this place being hot, that should stay there even through the winter. It shouldn't freeze over. Looks like the woodcutter is also a farmer. Okay, whatevs. It'll do. We're gonna have to get a still up before too long as well. I always forget a still. It makes your dwarves much more happy if they have beer. Stockpile. Let's make this one for... Screw it, we'll make this one for stone. Just because it's already mostly full of stone anyway. And that way we'll clear up a little bit more of the fortress. My miners are actually going quite quickly now as well. We're actually off to quite a decent start here. Now then, therapist. Let's see. You, and you. Have fun. 3 dwarves to smooth stuff out to start with. I'd rather have them doing something than nothing. Now I don't think the rabbit, the cat or the dog can starve while they're on the inside. Yeah, this guy is much slower than the mason. We'll turn this next stockpile that's dug out into a wood stockpile. Hopefully that'll help him out a little bit. Which reminds me, we're probably going to need some more wood chopping down soon. We've been at this for a while. Yeah, there's not that much left. Well, we'll just chop down another chunk here. I don't see why not. And I must remember to speak more properly when I'm talking. Like, rather than just mumbling into the mic in that sort of tone. I want to actually speak the way I would normally speak, because I watched one of my videos and realised how annoying my voice gets when I don't speak properly. And it looks like they've actually got quite a bit done to say there's only 3 of them, and I only put them on that like a minute or so ago. Looks like they're taking to it quite well. Not exactly a hard job or a famous job, but it's something that makes everybody happy, so I'm going to get it done. But like I said, no names or anything for this fortress anyway, because it'll be just thrown away once Dion's Wasteland mod comes out, unless I get really fond of this fortress. Or unless everyone out there gets really fond of this fortress. But that seems like as good a place as any to end this video. You know, we're off to a good start here. We're in stone, we have a farm, we have plenty of wood, we have our first migrant wave, we have a water source. I'm quite happy to leave this video off here. As always, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.